Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rosie of Rosie Reads 613, and today I have a very special video because it is my first book haul because I bought a lot of books and it is time to show you guys what I got. So yesterday my cousin was visiting and there was a book sale going on, so we decided to go. And this is probably one of the best book sales I've gone to in a while. I discovered it a few months back, and they just have the best selection of books, ranging from like really old ones to just really good copies of like brand new books within the last 2 years. I bought 18 books. Actually, I bought 13 books at the book sale, and then there is a Barnes & Noble that is very close to where the book sale was being held, so we decided to go to Barnes & Noble's because I got 3 gift cards for Christmas, totaling about $60, so I decided why not just use those and get a few more. So in total, I bought 18 books, which is insane, but I haven't bought any books since before the new year. I think the last time I bought books was in December. So it's been like a good month and a half, so it was time for me to buy books. Also, I will mention the prices at the book sale were insane. So I got all the books, the 13 books that I got at the book sale, I got them for $17, which comes out to like each book being about like anywhere from like $1.25 to $1.50 each. So I'm going to start off with the books that I bought at the book sale. Like I said, there are 13 of them. And since there are a ton of books in this book haul, I am going to give as brief a synopsis as I possibly can because I'm pretty sure this video will be super long if I don't. If you've read any of these books or you have heard anything about these books, just leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about them. All the books that I got, I've either read or just heard about and just snagged because they were super cheap and I wanted them. So I picked up 2 romance books. I picked up a Carly Phillips book. It's the second book in her Serendipity series. It's called Destiny. The 2 characters that are featured are Nash and Kelly. And people probably won't know too much about this series, but I will link the Goodreads page down below and you can go check that out. The second book that I bought, I already have a copy of it. When I saw this for only $2 in really good condition, I bought it, and that is 50 Shades of Grey. The movie is coming out in less than a week, so I am going to be reading this week, which you will learn more about because in my February TBR video that I'll be doing. But yeah, it's a brand new copy, and I just thought, why not? People buy multiple copies of books all the time. Well, at least I do. The next book I picked up, I have already read. I read it in high school, and that is The Great Gatsby. It is, I think a lot of people know what this book is. I really enjoyed this book when I read it in high school, and I don't actually own a copy. And when I saw it, and it was only $1, I totally picked it up. Next one that I picked up was a book that my cousin actually pointed out when we were at the book sale, and that's The Memory Keeper's Daughter by Kim Edwards. And I have never heard of this book before. At least I don't think I had. My understanding of the synopsis, it's about a doctor who delivers his own twins during the night of a blizzard. His son is born perfectly healthy, but his daughter is born with Down syndrome. So he makes a very quick decision that I think he makes a decision, and he tells the nurse who helped him deliver his daughter and son to take the daughter away and put put her into an institution because she has Down syndrome, and the nurse ends up not doing that and taking the baby to another city and raising it as her own. And so yeah, the synopsis sounded super cool. I'm really intrigued to see like how the story unfolds, so I'm happy that I got this one as well. The next few books I got from what the book sale calls their premium section. It's books that have been published within the last 2 years, so 2013 and 2014, and they're hardcover books. They're $3 each. It's pretty much the best bargain you could ever get in the entire world. And so I jumped at that section of the book sale from when we first walked in, and I was not disappointed. The first book I got is The Pure Gold Baby by Margaret Drabble. I just instantly was drawn because of this cover. I think it is just a gorgeous cover. It really draws you in, and so does the spine. I mean, look at that. That is just so beautiful. So, and the storyline is very interesting as well. It takes place in 1967, and the main character has an affair with her professor, and it results in her getting pregnant. And the rest of the story is just her dealing with the pregnancy and raising her child, and kind of what happens along the way. And so I am really interested in reading this. Like I said, the cover is gorgeous. It has a nice feel to it too. And I've never read anything by this author, but I'm very excited to get to this at some point this year. The next book that I picked up, I have heard 2 different booktubers talk about this book on BookTube. I believe Reagan at Peruse Project has talked about it, and then Little Book Owl. I know she absolutely loved this book. She said it was super emotional, gave her all the feels, and it was just overall amazing. And when I saw it in the section of this book sale, I was like, there's no way I am not walking out of here without this book. And it is The Narrow Road of the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. Like I said, I've heard booktubers talk about this. From my understanding, it's a historical fiction book, and I have not read that much historical fiction in my entire life. It is not a genre that I'm normally very drawn to, but after hearing both of these booktubers talk about them and rave about it, I decided I could not pass up this opportunity. From my understanding, it is about a doctor who is in a POV war camp, I believe, during World War II. And I'm super happy that I just happened to come across this brand new hardcover copy for only $3. And it is now in my possession, so I'm very, very excited to read it. The last hardcover that I also jumped at the chance, when I saw it, I literally was so excited that I rushed over and just grabbed it. That book is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Like I said, I've seen Reagan over at Peruse Project also talk about this book, and a few other booktubers talk about this book, and so I was super excited to get my hands on it, especially for $3, because that's a really good price. It is a futuristic book, and the main character is a dream walker, and so she can walk into other people's dreams, and that is against the law in the world that she lives in. She is kidnapped, drugged, and taken into Oxford, which is this city that is supposed to be hidden or does not exist anymore. And then she is trained, I believe, to use her powers or her abilities by someone else but it just sounds so interesting. And ever since I've seen like 3 or 4 people haul this on BookTube, I have been wanting this book and I finally have it in my possession. So I'm super excited to read this sometime this year as well. So the last few books that I got at the book sale are all young adult books. The first 4 are all part of a series that I read the first book of the series when I believe I was in high school, and I don't know the exact title of the series. I think it's called the Gallagher Academy series. I'm not exactly sure, but I think some people might know of these books. The first book is I Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. And I read this book when I was in high school, and it's about a girl who is a trained spy, basically. She goes to this, what looks like a boarding school, but from the outside, but basically it's a spy academy where she learns like all of these skills, and she's well trained and she can do a million things like speak 14 languages and take down someone using her bare hands. But things can get a little awkward when she has to talk to a normal boy or interact with a normal boy and pretend to be a normal girl who can't do all of these amazing things. And so it just so happened that they had the first 4 books there. The first book of the series is I Tell You I'd Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. The second is Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy. The third is Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover. And the fourth is Only the Good Spy Young. And I believe there are 6 in total in this series, but I'm really happy that I managed to pick up all the first 4 because they were all $1, and I kind of want to continue reading this series. I loved the first book, and then I kind of just like lost track with the series, so I think it would be a kind of cute, kind of entertaining little like cutesy read when I'm not feeling like reading something super detailed and kind of complex. Next book that I picked up is a Sarah Dessen book. It is Lock and Key. I only own one other Sarah Dessen book, and it is The Truth About Forever. I just thought, why not add another book to my collection? This is about a girl who, her mother disappears, and so she moves in with her sister, and she's normally used to doing things all on her own. But then she starts living with her sister, and she starts seeing what it's like to kind of have a future. She is going to she goes to a private school and everything. And then there's also a boy who lives next door. His name is Nate. Yes. And I think it's going to be super good. Yeah, I am really excited to get to this as well, and I'm happy that I own it. The last young adult book that I found, which I don't know how this is possible. I don't know how I got a copy of this. I saw this. It was not in the premium section of the book sale, so I don't know how I got so lucky, but it is a brand new hardcover copy of The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. And this is the first book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. I have heard nothing but wonderful things about this series. Every single booktuber I watch has either read this book or hauled this book or read the series and whatnot. And all I know is I saw the book and I was like, oh my God. And I just took it, and now it's mine and no one else can have it. And I'm really excited that I have a really awesome copy so I can start reading it. I know it is kind of a thriller, kind of creepy book. It's about a girl named Mara Dyer who wakes up in the hospital with no memory of what happened. I believe she was in an accident that killed her friends, And then from there, I'm not too sure of what the plot is. I know that there is romance in this book, so I believe obviously there's going to be a boy that enters the picture. But other than that, I'm super excited to read this book, and I cannot believe that there was a copy at the book sale. So yeah.